What's up, guys? I'm Random Frank P, and today we have the top 10 cool tech under $50 for all of 2022, showing you the best of the best and the most purchased things that you guys like this year from all of our cool tech under 50 episodes. So I went through, checked the analytics, went over each month, and found the top 10 things that you guys bought. If you see anything you liked it, I'll have it all listed for you in the description down below so you can check it out to ask for Christmas, good gift ideas to buy somebody else coming up for the holidays as well, anything like that. Now, kicking us off at the number 10 spot today from August episode, this is a 3.5-inch secondary PC panel to monitor things like your temps and usage. It can do other things like show a bunch of other PC info as well. There is a required download that goes along with this. That's how you can go in and configure all the different themes. You can load them up onto the screen itself to customize it, which each theme can be. And there's options to create your own or add your own custom themes if you really want to sink some time into this and make your very own. The themes can also be visually flipped inside, so depending on how you want to mount this, it'll always be the proper orientation. And there's a USB-C port on both the top and the sides, so you can power this from either if you're using different landscape or portrait themes. And that's one of the cool things about this, is the fact that it's not HDMI reliant. It runs off of just one USB-C cable. So super easy to use, comes with a modular stand as well if you want to prop this up on your desktop. And I've seen these in a bunch of people's actual PC builds. If you wanted to put this inside your case, that's all up to you. I just think the versatility of something like this is really useful. Have all your temps, your system usage, network data, hard drive info, all just in front of you on this nifty little customizable device. And that's what really powers this series, finding, cool stuff like this, and that's why I love doing the show. And you guys loved it as well. The number 10 spot, you can pick it up for just 40 bucks. Next, we have this LED message panel. It's this 16 by 64 flexible sign, lets you display messages, graphics, and text, and it's all customizable inside their app. There's 1,024 LEDs that are super bright and vibrant, which really let your graphic or important messages shine vividly on display. Built into the USB cable is not only the power switch, but a button which lets you toggle between different animations for your graphics or text, which you can have on display then. You have numerous different ways and options here. The app admittedly isn't the best. Here you can go in and pick from the preset effects or create your own text or animations. Also, you can just use a little drawing grid to create your own sort of graphic or whatever, and through Bluetooth, send it to the panel. I just think something like this could be cool for your business, or having it on the window of your car, someone's riding your ass, or say you're a streamer. You want to have this in the background of your live stream to remind people to follow or something like that, because it's just so customizable. Definitely a cool little gadget as well today for your room or your setup, just under 50 bucks. Now at number 8 is this Fifine microphone, and instead of doing the audio test here in the living room, we'll toss it back to my September self from that video's integration so you can see and hear how it sounds. Alright, now next up is obviously this microphone that's right in front of me. And I'm no longer using my $1,000 overhead microphone, I'm using this $40 USB mic. Yeah, it sounds incredible, and no surprises really, because it's from Fifine, and I've showed off Fifine USB mics before. They sound phenomenal. This newer, sleeker one, obviously following right up where they left off. This is called the Amplagame A8. So first up, taking a look at it, it is pretty compact overall, but very sleek. I'm really digging the design here. It comes on its own adjustable stand with a pop filter and a shock mount as well, and it's available to buy in black, white, or pink color options. On the top of the microphone is a touch-sensitive mute button, so if you have to quickly kill your mic, you can just tap it. It's green when it's live, and when it's muted, the little LED up top will turn red. The whole grill of the microphone illuminates as well, so when you're talking into it, or as you can see from behind it, it's a full 360 illumination, and built in there's a bunch of different static colors, as well as 2 different gradient cycling effects, and you can toggle between all of them with this dedicated lighting button on the backside. And then right underneath at its butt is the volume dial for controlling the gain. So real quick, there is an actual pass-through on the bottom here to 3.5 millimeters, so if you want to plug in headphones or something to monitor your audio, you can do that. This doesn't control that volume like most of these little knobs do. This actually controls the physical gain of the mic, so on the fly, you can quickly adjust it to, boost your vocals or turn them down if they're getting too loud or harsh, so really digging that. But I mean, you hear the quality of this. It sounds super good. It is a cardioid pickup pattern, so it's made for picking up your vocals the best. It's a 16-bit 48,000 hertz sample rate, so it's not like the highest tech microphone out there, but for around 50 bucks, like I said, I believe it's just under like $45, you wouldn't expect those crazy high-end specs, and really, you don't need it, because this sounds perfectly fine. Honestly, like, as good as this sounds, I'm also just as much of a fan of the way it's designed. Having that shock mount integrated is going to be great, so it won't pick up on a lot of those micro vibrations on your desktop. Also, that really sleek pop filter here is just great for eliminating plosives, as you could probably tell. But also, the way they have it designed, it actually moves on the shock mount. So I'll demo it for you at real time, but like depending on how you're talking into it, what direction and stuff, you can physically move this and the whole rest of the unit stays in place. Just really well made, really impressed, and I mean, come on, this sounds super good for just around $45. Fifine, killing it yet again with the A8. Now, next up at number 7 are these wrist rests. Literally on your wrist. These are for your gaming mouse. This is the latest release from Delta Hub. It's the G 2.0, and the G stands for gaming. Available in black or white, and a special edition coming soon, hint hint. This lets you physically strap it to your hand during use. Construction-wise, it's relatively the same shape as the original model, but now from where your wrist sits, it has these vented cutouts there, which make it lighter overall, but still comfortable to use at the same time. And obviously you have the new built-in magnetic strap. On the bottom of the G2, the material they use here is something very similar to like mouse skates. It's this glossy Teflon-like feeling material that slides very smoothly on your mouse pad, so you won't have to worry about it like interfering with your movements or anything. Now I know at first getting used to this may be possibly daunting, because anytime you add something new to your main peripheral setup, or just new to your usual gameplay routine, it can potentially interfere with what you're used to when it comes to like muscle memory and stuff. But I will say it's gonna take some time to adjust to this, obviously. However, after maybe like 2 days or so of actually using it, it feels natural. You barely notice it. But I do understand this won't be for everybody. But I'm telling you, if you take the time to actually try this out and use it, you'll adjust really quickly and your wrist will thank you. It's all about the ergonomics. The added support feels great, and I immediately noticed less stress and fatigue in my wrists after full days of editing or gameplay. And that also goes without saying, but you can obviously use this with whatever you want, not just gaming, but your everyday, usual routine at your desk setup. And altogether, I'm really digging it. I checked out the original version a few years ago, so I'm liking this G 2.0 gaming upgrade. Again, comes in black or white for just around 40 bucks. But as I also hinted, we do have a special edition possibly dropping soon if you want to keep your eye on this. Now, real quick, we'll take a little break to show off something you could still probably use, and that's from today's sponsor, VIP Your CD Key. If you've been staring at the activation watermarks in the corner of your screen, now you can fully activate your PC or laptop with an official Windows 10 Pro activation key over on VIPyourCDKey.com for a heavily discounted price instead of buying it from Microsoft. You can get a Windows 10 Pro key for just $15. You'll see it's listed for just around $20, but to save you guys some money, code VIPRandom will knock 25% off. At checkout, you'll see the promo code box at the bottom, just enter VIPRandom, and it'll take it from $20 down to $15, which, as I said, is obviously much cheaper than buying it directly through Microsoft. But this also works if you want to use your newly activated Windows 10 to now upgrade to Windows 11 as well for free. There's no extra cost in upgrading there. Once you purchase your codes, you can go to your profile to see your orders, and there you'll see the View Keys and Codes button where you can find them all to redeem them on your PC. And also, if you're confused about the actual activation process, they do have an How to Activate button up top, which will bring you to a whole guide on how to do it, plus troubleshooting steps in case you mess up, but it's very easy. Just go down to your search bar and literally type in like activate. You'll see the recommended prompt come up and you can just type it in right there. So again, code VIPRandom for 25% off Windows 10 Pro for just 15 bucks. And like I said, you get that free Windows 11 upgrade as well. Next is something that I bought for me to personally use around the studio. Absolutely loved it. It's super clutch. Figured you would probably like it as well. And obviously it's sold very well throughout the year. This is a super tiny label maker. And what I've been using this for is keeping all of my keyboard switches nice and organized. It's small and compact, it's wireless as well, which is cool, so I don't have to hook this up or anything like that, then go through the whole printing process. It's done in seconds, and it's all configurable right on your phone. There's an app which you can go in and create your own labels, and they do make it really simple. You could pretty much do anything you want here. You can add pictures, graphics, barcodes, QR codes, text, symbols. They have a bunch of stuff already inside the app, different text settings and font. You can upload your own graphics from your phone as well. You can pretty much configure everything here. Save it and then print it right there, right in front of you, literally in just seconds. So maybe you want to organize your pantry finally, stuff around the office, I don't know. Like I said, for me, in my very particular use case as a tech YouTuber who makes some keyboard content, having all my switch pins now organized, I could see what the switch is, the type of switch, and how many I have in there. So then when I'm going to build my next keyboard, I can see exactly what's in each bin, and that's why I love this thing. And only $35 as well, which is a pretty damn good deal. Next isn't a piece of technology, but it is for your desk, and you know on this series we show off a bunch of different desk gadgets for your setup, so this is still gonna be useful for you guys. And clearly it made the cut today, so it sold pretty well. This is an under-desk storage drawer, and it doesn't get any more obvious than that. You just simply mount this under your desk to keep all your desktop clutter down or just have it, at an arm's reach. Things like flash drives, memory cards, pens, pencils, chargers, all that stuff. You get the idea, right? Extra storage is always clutch, because who wouldn't want more? I keep one of these at my filming desk so I can rotate between props and lighting remotes, unboxing knives. It's definitely a convenient pickup. This one that I have is the larger listing at 9 by 8 by 3 inches, so it's not large by my definition, but again, for the items that can clutter up your desk, this will keep them all tucked away. I also have an additional drawer over at my main setup in addition to my Alex drawers, so I can just quickly access flash drives and stuff. These are just under 20 bucks, super affordable. Now as we wind our way down, next we have a pair of earbuds that sound about as gorgeous as they look. These are a collaboration between Critical and Truth-Ear with their Zero IEMs, a killer set for under 50 bucks. Well, just at 50. Now these have quite the trick up their sleeve, considering each earbud have 2 drivers, with one being a dedicated subwoofer. Yes, these have their own sub. Inside are a pair of 7.8mm and 10mm drivers, and that 10mm one is a dedicated subwoofer. Now, at first when I heard that, I thought these would have significantly hard-hitting bass, but honestly that's not the case, and I'm perfectly okay with that. Because now with the construction, that means the subwoofer is responsible for handling just the bass at 150 Hz and below, while the main driver can focus everything at 150 and on. So that means the bass is gonna be super clean, then that 7.8 driver is gonna handle all the mids and the high ends, resulting in a phenomenally clean and detailed pair of IEMs. Crin even said in his video about these that this is the way, this is the future of IEMs. Included along with the blue and purple color shifting 3D resin cast IEMs are a bunch of extras, including 6 different pairs of different size silicone ear tips, an additional pair of memory foam ones as well that are super comfy. You have the 2-pin braided detachable cable, and a nice leatherette carrying pouch for travel. The overall value here is just insane. So I showed you the sound chart. These follow the Harman target curve, meaning it's quote, ideal sound signature for the average listener. And I gotta say, I really have no complaints. With all sorts of testing and music, they sound phenomenal. They terminate the 3.5mm jack, so I was able to put these through their paces and a bunch of different scenarios. But I gotta say, I enjoyed these most recently with playing some Xbox. A game called Metal Hellsinger. It's like if Doom was rhythm-based, where you shoot going along to the beat of the music and then your combo increases off that. It's hell, it gets crazy. The metal soundtrack also goes along to it. It is just wild. But that's not the focus here. Overall, I'm loving these Zero IEMs. These are a treat for sure. So again, these look really nice, they sound phenomenal as well, and it's true, I really think this dual driver per ear is gonna be the design of the future with this unique construction. It does make all the difference. Truth-Ear and Critical did some phenomenal stuff here, and only $50 as well. Highly recommend these. One of the best IEMs at that price. Now next, at the number 3 spot, we have this wireless invisible charger. And if you're a fan of the channel and you've watched Cool Tech 150 episodes, and that's the 3rd time I've made that joke. So this does require some physical things, yes, but once it's hooked up, it's invisible. Included in this kit is the wireless charging pad and bracket, plus a coiled cheese sticker. And they give you magnets to make sure it's aligned properly and to confirm the thickness of your desk will actually work with this. So once you determine where you want to place the wireless charger, using the magnets on the bottom side of your desk, stick the magnets right in the middle through the bracket. This will then align it perfectly for you. Then you can slide in the wireless charger so it charges through your desktop surface without you physically needing it on top. But to strengthen that wireless connection, the conductive Qi coiled sticker will go directly on top where the pad is mounted underneath. This will now give you 2 options. One, you can either have the thinnest charging pad in the world with the sticker, or you can big brain it and have it hidden under your mouse pad like I'm doing. Going forward now, you'll just have to kind of remember where the placement actually is in your desk, but in terms of having a wireless charger on your desktop, this is by far the cleanest way to do so. It's literally invisible. And it beats alternative solutions out there that require you to drill holes in your desk. This completely drill-free, and it's nicely hidden out of sight. Always charge your phone wirelessly at your desktop for just under $30. Quick little note, the Acacia wooden desktop that I use down in the studio, that is too thick and solid where the connection wouldn't work through it. So if you do have, a laminate desk or a thinner desk overall that isn't a solid piece of butcher block pretty much, you should be fine, but check out the listing. They have all the specifications and stuff for the actual diameter and width that this will work with. Working our way down to the number 2 spot, we have these wireless wall lights. These could be a great addition to your setup if you want to use this as a wireless touch lamp, or use it on your bedside table. Use it as a nightlight to go to the bathroom, really wherever you want. It's wireless. So these are super compact. They come in black or white colors as well. And you have 3 brightness levels and 3 different color temperatures you can adjust this to. And it comes with a magnetic 360-degree rotating base. This will let you stick this literally anywhere you want. And with it being wireless, it's obviously rechargeable as well. You have the built-in USB-C port, but I'm just really digging the overall simplicity and how modern it looks. Again, if you want to have these on each side of your desk just for that nice extra glow, you can do so all without adding more cables to your setup. I have this over at my keyboard building station. I know it sounds super nerdy, but it is what it is. And again, just pick the color to match to your room or your setup, or pick up more than one, because they're super affordable, under $20. So you could still buy 2 of these and be under $50 total. I'm really liking these wireless lights, and so were you. I was honestly shocked at how well these sold. I bought them just to use in the studio, like I said, over at my keyboard building setup, and these sold so well, they made the number 2 spot of 2022, and we just showed this off in October, so these sold like hotcakes. Now for the number 1 spot of the most purchased item from all the Cool Tech Under 50 episodes from 2022, this is the Axis 16 Air Bar from Sharper Image. We showed this off back in June, and the desktop fan has 3 different speeds as well as a light bar that has 3 different brightness levels. All the buttons on this are touch sensitive, and the actual fan base itself has a rotating 360-degree pivoting head. So you can move it and position it wherever you want, angle it so, it cools you down. And I'll tell you what, for the 16-inch size, this works pretty damn good. It cooled me off pretty quickly at my desk. And again, we showed this off back in summer, so it was appropriate with, the humidity and hands getting sweaty while gaming or something. So I figured why not have this perfectly positioned desktop fan with a light built in right in front of your peripherals so you can just keep those hands from getting clammy and all nasty. Something like that, right? It's also not loud, which is good. It's definitely more on the quiet side, I'd say, but I was surprised by that. And again, you guys know I love these multi-devices like this because it not only has just a fan, but like I said, you get the built-in light bar as well. So definitely a pretty cool gadget. And it also comes with a vertical stand. If you don't want to have this physically lying on your desktop, you can just put it in the corner or on the side or something and now have it standing up vertically. So just so many use cases, loving the functionality, especially for the more than affordable price of just $35. Kind of makes it a no-brainer why it was the number 1 most purchased item of all of 2022, because this is a great gift for literally anybody. The top Cool Tech Under 50 gadget. Ah, man, it's too small. I look ridiculous, don't I? Whatever. Guys, that'll wrap it up for this episode of the top 10 Cool Tech Under $50 for all of 2022. Hope you all enjoyed. And like I said, everything I showed off today will be listed for you in the description down below so you can check it out to add on your wish list or to give you some good gift ideas to buy somebody else. If you like this episode, definitely give it a big thumbs up to show your holiday spirit. Feel free to follow me on Twitter or all socials at randomfrankp. And last, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hope you enjoyed the top 10. Have a happy holidays.